Hi, everyone. We are so excited to bring to you 5 episodes that are really going to help you in a time of chaos. And the one thing that we have learned that is so powerful is that the more you understand how your mind operates, the more you can control the results in your life and what is happening. But without understanding your mind, it is very difficult to control the circumstances and the situations that you are currently in. And so just quickly about myself and about Kevin Blake Weldon is we both live in Airdrie and also have a home in Nashville. Kevin Blake Weldon is also a country music artist. And we really wanted to help our community by offering these 5 series. Now, these series are very powerful. Why are they powerful? Because we are mentored and we have a partnership with the world's top prosperity and mindset teacher, Bob Proctor. He is also the co-star of the movie The Secret. But don't let the law of attraction get you all like, oh, is this what it's about? No, it goes much deeper than that. That was just a movie, and there is a lot of truth to it. I'm not saying there wasn't any truth, but there's so much more to the mind than people recognize. And so what we wanted to do is offer you a 5-day series, 20 minutes only, quick videos, in order to help you understand exactly what it is that you need to understand to plant the right seeds so that you can feel comfortable with what's coming, because there are going to be a lot of changes happening, and it's neither good nor bad, but how you look at it makes it so. And so let's talk and let's dive into the mindset, because this is what Kevin and I do. And I've worked with thousands of entrepreneurs in the last 20 years, and this is what we do. We help close the gap between where you are, where the entrepreneur is, to close that gap between that and where they want to be, the results that they want in their life. And the gap is created from a mindset perspective. It is not the strategies. It is not the things that the decisions you're making, all that sort of stuff. There's too much focus on that when that's only 5% of success. 95% of success is mindset, bringing your mind to the right order in order to recognize and accept the very things you need to accept, because those opportunities are what's going to help you build the business that you want. So I'm really excited. So Bob is absolutely amazing in helping people create these perfect alignments, and so that they can live a very comfortable life. This is not just about money. This is about your life. And so just quickly about this 5-day series. The first day is all about order of mind. Without the proper foundation, without order in your mind, you are just going to bring in more of the chaos that is surrounding you, what's on the media, the news, the negative energy that's out there. You will end up absorbing that. And without that order of mind, it'll be very difficult for you to make the right decisions for your business, because from chaos, there's just more chaos that's going to be created. And therefore, this is why there's so many entrepreneurs right now that are running around in circles, not understanding or not knowing what to do next. And they second guess their decisions. And there's so much information out there. So what we want to do is help you bring order in your mind so that you can be receptive to the information that is actually going to help you. And then you'll be feeling so much more comfortable with what you decide next. Day 2 is all about the results. It's all about, growth versus change. What does growth and what does change mean to you? It's very important, because there's a very big reason why a lot of people right now are at a standstill. These words, change and growth, scary words for them. And so what we want to do is change the perspective, plant the right seeds, so that when you hear growth and change, you're like, actually, that isn't scary. That's exciting. So we want to do that for you. Day 3, we're going to teach you a lot about the quarantine versus quantum leap. And when I say quarantine, I'm talking quarantine of the mind, because again, a lot of people are paralyzed right now with what's happening in the insecurity. What happens is when you're in that paralyzed state, you don't have creative power. You can't. It's actually law. Your mind is paralyzed, and therefore that's why your body's there is there to protect you and say, okay, let's just wait. Let's just wait to see what happens next, because you're kind of afraid that you're going to make the wrong decision, or you're just not comfortable with moving forward. So we're going to talk a little bit more about how you can have quantum leaps, and that it's not a scary thing, and it's actually a fun thing. And when you have control over it, though, wow, the most beautiful things happen. We're going to talk about the creative workshop. Now it's all about rebuilding. So now that you've understand, and we're going to teach you the number 1, number 2, number 3 phase, now you're going to be at a point where it's like, okay, I have order of mind. I understand growth, change. I understand that I have the ability to reject and accept the information. I can create the life that I want. Now let's rebuild. What is the life that you want? So that's going to be very fun. And then number 5 is all about how to create your own economy, all about money. But it's very, very important for you to don't skip to number 5 though, because it all ties in together beautifully. And so we're just going to explain again the basics of everything, because in 20-minute videos you can understand that there's just so much information that we can put in these videos, but we're putting in the most powerful stuff to plant the right seeds, to lead you in a direction where you're getting out of the fear area of your life, or out of the circumstance, and rise above all of that, what's happening to you right now, so that you can have that strength and power again to take charge and know that you can get out of it stronger than you ever thought possible. And you're going to actually look at this as a blessing. And so that's what we want to do for you. So right now, there is a huge paradigm shift happening globally. And for some people, that is very, very scary. But for me, personally, I think it's very, very exciting. A lot of things are shifting, and because it's shifting, there's huge, huge opportunities happening right now. Now, I'm not ignorant to the fact that there are other things happening out there that are not great, and I get that. But we cannot focus on the things that we cannot control. It is very, very important, especially negative things, because you're going to emotionally get involved with those negative things. And trust me, emotional involvement in things in your mind controls 95% of your attitude, your behavior, your actions. Think about it. You watch the news and you're not feeling too great. How do you think you're behaving and responding all day long based on the news that you just listened to that was negative? It's put you in a place of fear. And with that place of fear, you're not like, well, I better not do this. And what about my business? And what about my home? And what about my family? You start going there. In that place, you cannot find solutions. In that place, you cannot find ideas. In that place, you're going to create more of the very things that you're worrying about, because to worry is to pray for the things that you don't want. To worry is to pray for the things that you do not want. I'm about to share with you a quote from an amazing philosopher, Eric Hoffer. And this was back in the 80s that he shared this. And again, very well-respected philosopher. In times of change, it is the learners that inherit the earth, while the learned find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with the world that no longer exists. He also mentioned that the illiterates of the 21st century will not be people that cannot read or write. It will be those that cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. We seem to think in our society that the more education we have, if somebody has a PhD or a master's, or they must know the answer. Think about it. 3% of the population, the world population, is making 97% of the money. And within that 3%, most of them do not have a PhD, master's, or any of that education. Wisdom has nothing to do with education. Wisdom has everything to do with understanding how your mind operates and how to control it so that you can see and not reject the very opportunities that are presented in front of you. Something else to mention is that this epidemic, this virus, has affected absolutely everybody on this planet in a negative way, not just yourself. Everybody. Warren Buffett lost $10 billion. Some of the top investors lost over $60 billion. Everybody, it doesn't matter the race, if you're poor, you're rich, it doesn't matter where you live around the world, you have been extremely impacted by this situation. But those that are going to come out of it stronger and better and will make most of the world's money are those that recognize that the mindset is the thing that they need to upgrade. Because in those situations, when people have a strong mindset, they will look at the circumstances that they're in, like Warren Buffett. And Warren Buffett studies this very, very closely. And he doesn't have the education like most of the people on Wall Street. Think about it. And look at his position. So it's all mindset. Oprah mindset, Steve Jobs mindset. They talk, the more that you see them and the more I study them, the Einstein, the Thomas Edisons, the Wright brothers, all these individuals, they are trying to tell us, they were trying to tell us and are currently trying to tell us they are no different than us. The only difference is that they believe. They believe with the mindset education, though. With mindset education, you have the knowledge to understand that there is genius inside of you as well. But if you don't connect to that genius, then when situations happen, like losing 10 billion, like Warren Buffett, he looks at that and he's like, it is what it is. He doesn't go, oh my God, I lost 10 billion. And he might have had that feeling for a little bit, but I'll guarantee you he got over it very, very quickly. And because he has the right mindset to recognize it is what it is, but I'm about to see opportunities to double what I've lost. And that is the mindset that we're going to bring to you, because once you can change your mental environment to the same mental environment as all of these amazing, successful people all around the world, I promise you that it doesn't matter the situation or circumstance that you're in. You are going to find power. And within that power will come so much creativity that some days I get overwhelmed with the ideas that I get. But because I'm in that frequency of thinking, and we want to bring you in that frequency of thinking, because we want Airdrie to build up the way it needs to build up, but the thinking has to change. So right now you're surrounded by a lot of information and ideas and strategies, and you don't know where to turn. You don't know where to turn. And so why we created episode number 1 is so that you can have order of mind. Order of mind is so necessary. When you have order of mind, you will become more open to accepting new information, the very information that is necessary to change and help your business right now. But there are a lot of people out there right now that don't have order of mind. They're very, very afraid of what's happening. They're not showing it, but behavior and energy demonstrates it all day long. But they're trying to figure out what's the right strategy. What's the right strategy? Oh, you're good in business. You've made money. Okay, tell me what to do. Don't look outside of yourself for answers. Not without order of mind. Get order of mind within yourself. And quite frankly, once you do get order of mind and you're focused on what you want, we're going to teach you along these 4 episodes, is that you do have the answers. Your answers are far more powerful than anybody else. Those consultants that have maybe made millions in the past, they did not do it by copying, and maybe they did. Maybe they copied and they got the luck. But we want to show you a solid way of becoming successful in your business that is guaranteed results. And that starts with your mind. Another thing to recognize about what's going on right now is that nothing on this planet is good nor bad. It is how we decide to look at things that makes it so. And we decide to look at things based on what we believe. And so we're going to go through a lot of beliefs so that way you understand, because some people might be like, oh yeah, no, I get this. And then some people know. And again, it all depends on your level of awareness and where you're at in your journey. But you might or might not connect with what I'm saying, but it is the truth, because the truth is you are more powerful than you think. That should make you feel good. If it doesn't make you feel good, ask yourself why. Why would you not feel good with the fact that I'm telling you that inside of you, you have all the answers to get out of this problem that you're in and not only rise above it, but shoot for the stars? If somewhere inside of you is saying, she's lost her marbles, ask yourself, why would you even want to think that way? Because it's not the child that you were once that would have thought that way, because you believed in all possibilities. You loved the dancing in the rain, but somebody told you that the rain was bad. You know what I mean? Somebody told you that be responsible adult, forfeit those dreams. There's no money in that. Like, I can go on and on and on. So there's been a lot of limited beliefs that have been planted in you. You're not aware, and you're rejecting a lot of things around you right now. And if you don't and that's what upgrading the mindset is. It's removing the very garbage outside of you so that you could feel free to live the way you want, express the way you want, do the things you want, because there's so much power and energy in that. Now let's get back to order of mind. When something blows up or you're in a chaotic situation, I want to share with you steps that you can do right now that are going to help you. Now, I really recommend you not to look at this and say, it's not going to help. Again, we take the mind for granted. We think it's free. Trust me, it is the most powerful thing you can do for yourself. So follow these 4 steps. Keep an open mind, because the winners out there have open minds. They try something different. And like Bob said, your way is not working. Why don't you try my way? Okay. So step number 1, look at your current circumstance. And the first thing you should tell yourself is, it is what it is. It will either control me or I will control it. You have to go to that place right away, right away. It is what it is. I will not let it control me. Number 2, harvest the good. There is good in everything. Good in everything. And the fact of, with the law, when you talk about the law of relativity, the fact that there's so much of chaos and not so good happening right now, and it's quite huge, that means there's equal amount of good. There's huge good out there. So we want to help you connect with that. And it's all mindset. Number 3, forgive the rest. It's not the economy's fault. It's not your family's fault or spouse's fault. It's not the virus. It's not the politicians. It's not the friends. It's nobody, the media, all that stuff. It is nobody around you that is causing what is happening. You have to let it go. Forgive it. Let it go. It's occupying space in your beautiful mind, and it's preventing you from having creative energy towards the things you want. All your energy is going towards the things that are hurting you, the things that are consuming you, the things that are making you feel worse. Let it go. Forgive the rest. Step number 2, what is your vision? What is your dream? What is your massive goal? Now, this has to be connected to the heart. This has to be something that if you made this happen, you would feel absolutely incredible. Please give yourself permission to go there, because this is the whole point of this 5-day series. Just follow us on this one, because your mind needs direction. If you forfeited your goal, or you decided to reduce your goal, or you're going after goals that you think you should based on your circumstances, there's nothing inspiring about that. Nothing. And your mind needs direction. Where are you going? Because if every day you have no direction, then that means you are that bottle in the ocean, and the waves, the economy and environment is going to take you wherever it decides to take you. But you can control where you go by being focused on the very things you want happen in your life. Because another thing to recognize is that, example, some people, their goals is to get out of debt. That is the worst goal you can have, because all you're going to think about is debt. Is that positive or negative? Right? So now you're feeling that negativity. The debt does not make you feel good. You need to think prosperity. You cannot think debt, because remember, you're surrounded by billions of information all around you. Your mind will only take you where you're focused on, in the area that you're focused on, what you're in harmony with. So if you're focused on debt, guess what? It's going to give you more of the very thing you don't want. But when you're focused on prosperity, growth, your vision, your dream, what you want, the mind is going to start seeing things that you never saw before, because 99% or 95 or 97, everybody's got a different number, of the population is focused on the things they don't want. Look around you. They all talk about what they don't want. They all talk about the things that are not going great. Or if they are positive, you can feel that they're fearful, right? They're just putting a front of, okay, I'll just say the right things. But deep down, they're paralyzed. How you feel and what you're getting emotionally involved with, ultimately, that's where the mind is going to focus. You don't want, so if you're getting emotionally involved with negative things, you're going to get more of it. Number 4. Now, I know a lot of you men, when it comes to meditation, I don't want you to go and think that this is like a yoga thing, okay? Or a Buddha thing or anything like that. Go to a quiet place. It could be in nature. It could be by water. It could be wherever it will bring you calmness. Go there. Give yourself permission to think about how it will feel like once you achieve what it is that you're trying to achieve. Remember, feeling is everything. What you're getting emotionally involved with is everything. And you want to be in harmony with those ideas. So go there, but in a quiet place. Now you're just not surrounded by the chaos. It's quiet, it's serene. It reminds you that nature reminds you that there's no chaos going on. It's not the end of the world. And then you get comfort from that. And from that place, allow yourself to visualize the very things that you want in life. And then from that place, ask yourself the important questions. Okay, so how could I get out of this situation that I'm in? Achieve that. And then you're asking the right questions, the powerful questions. The problem is a lot of people right now, and I've been in a lot of boardrooms all across North America, different associations from different corporations they all do it. As much as they try hard, they're dissecting the problem. They're trying to find a solution from the problem. You have to find the solution from the dream. It's the only way. It's the only way in order for you to be in harmony with what you want, so that you can get the ideas that you want. The last one. Write down 10 things that you are grateful for. Gratitude is the most powerful thing to bring your mind into order. Because when you are in a state of gratitude, you are not feeling negative, fearful, insecure. You can't. It's impossible. It's the law. That's the beauty. There's the power. When you are in a true state of gratitude, you cannot feel all those other things. And we all know that if you feel all those other things, you're just going to create more of those things, those negative things. So find gratitude in what you have right now. And also, if you want to get even more powerful, start feeling grateful for the things that you want to happen. Be grateful, thankful that the things that you want are just around the corner, that there's big blessings that are going to happen after all of this. And write down specifically what those are. And you're going to create inside of you that calmness of mind. And then a focus on your vision. And then tell me that now you're not prepared to make all the powerful decisions that you need to make. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the next stage. And we're going to talk about growth versus change. Because for a lot of people, those words, it's not comfortable. It's not familiar to them. It's not comfortable. And we want to help you become familiar with the uncomfortable. Get you familiar and comfortable with the uncomfortable and the unfamiliar. Because that's the only way that you're going to move forward with so much force. And so we're going to also share with you how you're probably rejecting the very things you should be accepting right now, but you're rejecting them because you're so uncomfortable with the unfamiliar. Because there is so much opportunity flowing around right now, but the majority are paralyzed by fear and therefore are walking around like this or like this. Because again, you will not be in harmony with the very ideas you need to make things happen if you are paralyzed by fear. So this is what we're trying to do, is really help the community. Hope you love the video, and see you tomorrow.